Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. It's so great to have you here. If you're just joining in, please say hi. I always love it when I know who's with us. This is Timmy with Chalk Couture, and I'm super excited to come to you. I'm always super excited, you know that about me, to share how we're going to transform a beautiful farmhouse tray into some really stylish decor. So if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. Can't wait to share a little bit about me and Chalk Couture and how it can help you to really create some beautiful spaces that you'll be super proud of. I'm just going to take a minute here and just make sure that we're all here together. So if you just give me a sec, we're going to make sure that all is well. And I'm going to share this over into my Style Innovators group. If you're curious about what that is all about, be sure to just comment group and I'll tell you all about it and invite you in. It is my members only group and it's where we share all things innovative and style, and I'm happy to tell you more about that as we get going. So let me just, as I said, make sure that we are in the right spot and everyone can hear me, and then we'll know it's safe to get started. Hope you all had a lovely Mother's Day, if you got to celebrate either with your kids or with your mom, or even just with some family and friends. This past weekend, I got some new earbuds, AirPods. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Anyway, and so now I can go wireless on my lives, which is really fun. But I still don't know what they're called. So I'm just, as I said, going to share this over into my Style Innovators group so that if any of those folks want to be able to watch and listen in, they can. So I've done that. And now I'm going to give us a little bit of a change up on our view here. And on this screen over here, there we go. Oh, you know what? I turned my camera around. Ha 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 ha. Let's see if I can fix that. Give me one sec. Let's see. We'll put us back over here for a sec while I fix that. Of course, you're going to see my front instead of my back, but that's all right. Let's see if we twist this around. And we'll be in the right direction, and we really will be able to see our sheep and our tray the way we want to. I'm all discombobulated today because the last time I went live, I was at my sister's. Oh, that's way better. Isn't that better? So now we can see our project here a little bit better. We'll see if we can focus on that a bit more so you don't see all the miscellaneous stuff. Hey, Catalina from Texas, right? I have not heard from you in a while. How are you doing? I hope all is well. You had a lovely Mother's Day, I hope. I am running today. I don't know. It's been a really busy day here. It's been kind of rainy, and I don't know. I'm a little tired. I hope that all of you are ready to tackle this fun project with me. And I'll try not to yawn, and it's not you, it's totally me if I yawn. So know that it is definitely not boring. This is actually the best part of my day. I love to be able to end my day with all of you and have a chance to chat and share some project ideas that you can do pretty quickly and simply right at home. Now, you all know that I am kind of a vintage hunting addict. It's gotten worse as time has progressed. Matter of fact, Brimfield, Mass. is one of the biggest vintage markets. It happens 3 or 4 times a year. It's coming up this week. Oh, I think it started today. It runs through Sunday. And my friend Kate and I are sneaking off on Saturday for a whole day of vintage hunting. So I can't wait to see what it is I'll find and come back with that I can share with you about creating some beauty out of things that potentially just look like someone was going to throw them away. I just love kind of repurposing items and getting some ideas about how things can be beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad that you are happy to see the project. I'm so happy you're here, Catalina. I've been thinking a lot about you, so awesome. So let me show you this tray, and let me tell you a little story about how it is. It came to me, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do with it. So as you can tell, this is one big tray. It's actually taking up almost my entire desk area. I actually should grab my, I'm going to see if I can find my little measuring tape, my handy dandy measuring tape. I hid it here at the bottom of my drawer. And let's really see how big this bad boy is, because he's big. Let's see. Yeah, 25 inches long. Yeah, and it's about 13 inches wide. So it's going to be a really awesome tray. I think that is going to look really great on my ottoman on my couch that I leave near my couch. I think I'm just going to put it there, maybe put a blanket over it, add a little, few little extra florals or maybe some cotton, and we're going to call it a day. So how I found this. So for those of you who've been watching me, you might know I was away for a little bit last week. I had the pleasure of hanging out with my sister. She just bought a beautiful little home on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I don't know about you, but I had no idea there was so many awesome vintage shops in the Cape. I was like amazed. So many great things. So we did a little bit of vintage antique hunting, found quite a few things that I can't wait to share with you over the course of the next few weeks. But this tray was one of them. This was actually in a cute little store. I think it was called Couches and Candlesticks. Now I got to go look it up because I don't quite recall. But it was a lot of fun, had a lot of interesting things in there, and the prices were fabulous. And this tray was one of them. They had a couple of different sizes, but this one just really called to me. So you can see it's been whitewashed on the inside. It's some old barn wood, and the outside is painted black, and the back is black. So, I mean, it's definitely pretty rustic. When I got it, I did give it a little bit of a waxing, and then when I looked at it again and ran my hand over it, I noticed there were a lot of kind of rough spots. So I took a few minutes and just took a little sanding block and sanded it down a little, just to make the surface a little bit smoother and so no one would get splinters. I didn't want any splinters. So that's all I did to it to prep. It's really really nothing special. Just like I said, just sanding it down to make it a little bit smoother and adding a little wax just to make sure that when we put the transfer down and we lift it back up, it'll come off easily. So easy peasy, right? Now, I don't know if any of you out there are young living enthusiasts. I have just recently discovered it, and their Thieves Spray, cleaning spray, is awesome, especially for cleaning up vintage finds. When I went to the Hidden Acorn, which is a great shop here in Connecticut that sells beautiful things, they shared that little tip with me about using Thieves to be able to clean up their vintage items before they put them out in the shop. Such a great idea because they're non-toxic, they're filled with essential oils, they're really delightful to smell, and they don't ruin any surfaces. So if you're looking for something to clean up your vintage finds, definitely check out Young Living's Thieves Spray. Cleaning solution, you just add water to it. It's awesome. Nancy, so nice to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's it. That's all we've done with this tray, and now it's ready for us to beautify. And how we beautify it is super simple. We have some incredible silk screen transfer designs that we offer through Couture, and this is part of our Chalk Stories collection, specifically our Cornet Market Collection. And so if I have to cheat, I can read it right here. This is the sheep. These chalk story transfers are kind of fun because what they are a collection of different transfers that can mix and match with one another, which means that you get to make really your own personalized design. You can mix and match the pieces that go together. They were specifically made for you to be able to do that. So you don't have to worry about, does one go with this, does that go with the other? You can simply just choose the ones that you love and put it together. Matter of fact, right here on the front of the Chalk Stories, it says, tell your story your way. Each transfer design in this Chalk Series Stories collection can be used independently, like we're going to do today, or in any combination, allowing you to complete several custom projects for a look that is uniquely yours. Now that totally resonates with me. I don't know about you, but I know that you can pretty much go to any craft store and find already made designs. But there is nothing quite like creating something that is uniquely yours, that matches your style, your color, your home, really. And that's one of the things that I really love about Chalk Couture, and especially these Chalk Stories. You can really just make them your own. And I love this sheep transfer. He's big, and he's going to fit perfect right in the center of this tray, I think. And the other thing I really like about him is his incredible level of detail. You can see here from far away, but if I lift it up, you can really, really see how much detail is in this transfer. And this is the kind of thing that you can't get with a stencil. This level of detail is only possible with our silkscreen transfers. So these aren't stencils, but they're actually fabric mesh. And within the fabric mesh is this ability for you to be able to have some incredible detail. Now I'm just taking off the backer sheet that this transfer comes with, and I'm going to leave it off to the side because we're going to be able to use it again and store our transfer when we're done. Now, I put the transfer sticky side up onto my tray. We are not actually going to put it sticky side up when we actually go to add our chalk paste to it, but I'm doing that just so that it doesn't stick to itself, and I can take a minute here to take my fuzzing cloth and fuzz this transfer a bit. Why do we fuzz the transfers? Well, if you've watched me before, you know that these transfers have an adhesive back. That means that it's going to stick nicely to your surface and it's not going to move around on you. So you're going to have a nice clean design left when you pull up the transfer from your surface. But it also means that if it's too sticky or it's really super sticky, then it might actually stick to your surface so much that when you pull it up, you stretch your transfer. So we want to avoid stretching that transfer, so we just give it a little fuzz to loosen some of that adhesive. That's really all it is. Now, it's not going to hurt this transfer from you being able to use it again. As a matter of fact, you can expect to use our transfers about 8 to 10 times. So super economical. So if you love this for yourself, you can make more for other people, maybe make them as gifts. So the other really great thing is, you can use our transfers on all sorts of surfaces. So we're using it on this crazy wood tray that I found, but you can use it on chalkboard, you can use it on walls, you can use it on painted furniture. I have some friends who have shared with me that they like to refinish furniture with chalk paint. That was one of the projects that I did when I was at my sister's at the Cape, and that was a lot of fun because we could then take transfers and add some of our own personal style to the dresser that we had painted. So it also is really awesome because these transfers can even go on fabric. So if you've got a pillow surface that you want to add a little extra something to, or you want to create a t-shirt or an apron, our transfers can be used on any of those surfaces. Now today, when we're using a wood surface or a chalkboard surface, we're going to use chalk paste to get this design to stay on the tray. Now our chalk paste is water soluble, It'll go on wet and it dries hard, but if you're going to actually use this as a serving tray, and something wet might get on it, it would potentially affect the paste on your board, on your tray. So you can simply seal it with some acrylic spray after it's dried, and that way it'll protect it and you can use it. If you're just using it simply for decor, and you're not really going to place anything wet on it, there's nothing really that you need to do to worry about protecting the surface. Now you'll see that I'm smoothing out my transfer here, and what I'm doing is just making sure there's no air bubbles underneath, because I want this to be perfect. Now, question is, of course, what color are we going to use? In my mind, I was thinking I was going to use black on this, because we've got this nice black outside, and I thought it would really pop on this white. But you know, we also have this storm gray, and if you've watched me before, you know that I love to kind of mix our chalk paste colors a bit and kind of make my own color, and I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to do. I think this storm gray is lovely, but I want to darken it up a little, so I'm going to add a little bit of black chalk paste to the storm. So the best way to mix your chalk paste is to just put a bit into a bowl like this, and chalk paste really will go a very long way, so you don't need a whole lot. I probably put, well, you know, this is a pretty big surface, so I may need this much, we'll see. And I actually gave a friend my last container of chocolate, oh my goodness, I must have chocolate on the brain, black chalk paste, but I do have these individual single packs, which, by the way, if you're looking for trying out a color and you don't want to buy a full package, let me know. Just send me a note, and if I have it in a single, I'm happy to send you one. So here we go. I didn't put it all in, but I put in a good amount. I'm going to put this off to the side here and try not to make a big old fat mess. And then I'm just going to use my stir stick here and mix these two colors together. Now, if I think it's a little dark or not dark enough, I can add more. But I think that should look pretty nice. What do you think? Should I go a little darker? Can you see that? Or do you think that looks good? I love the gray look, and I have some beautiful ribbon that I think might be really nice to coordinate with this all. You know what? I'm going to say that we might need a tad bit more, because this is a pretty good size surface. So let me just grab another big plopperoni, like my technical terms, plopperoni. And I'll stick this over here in case I need it again, and then we'll decide if we want to add a little more black once we finish stirring this together. I think it's a pretty nice gray. I'm going to say it's a pretty nice farmhouse gray, and we're going to stick with that farmhouse gray. What do you think? All right, here we go. The moment of truth, the really easy part, really. Super easy. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab some of this color that I just created. And again, this is a mixture of storm gray and a little bit of black. And I'm just going to dab it over the surface of my screen. And then I'm going to use our big 4-inch handled squeegee to spread it all out. Now keep in mind that chalk paste will dry fairly quickly, so try not to dilly-dally too much with getting this spread out. You can always spread it out kind of thickly and then go back and remove the excess. So let's grab that 4-inch handled squeegee right here, and all we're going to do is simply take this chalk paste and spread it out over the screen. So there's a lot of chalk paste on here, way more than we're going to need to do this design, but that's okay. We're going to just make sure that we have enough to cover the surface, and then we'll go back over and cut any excess up and off, and we'll just put it back in our jar. So you can see here we've got the screen fully covered, And as I said, lots of chalk paste left. This actually looks like the color of my car. As I look at it, I wonder if I did that on purpose. That's so funny. Now, I want to know, as you're watching, tell me, are you a farmhouse decor lover? What is your favorite farmhouse animal? I want to know. Is it a chicken? Is it a cow? Is it a sheep? Oh, let's see, what else? I know Kate, if she were watching, she'd tell me it's a chicken because she's very much into our chickens. And we have a cute chicken transfer too, which I love to design with. Great farmhouse style. What other farmhouse animals are there? Chickens, cows, sheep, horses. We have any horse lovers out there? Have a very cute horse transfer that I haven't tried out yet that I'm excited to do for a friend of mine whose daughter is a huge horse enthusiast. Be a fun gift to make for her for an upcoming graduation. All right, here we go. This is the moment of truth. We're going to now pull back our transfer and reveal our design. And because we fuzzed the transfer and we waxed our surface, we should be able to have a beautiful transfer, and we won't stretch our transfer. Notice I am moving pretty slowly and pulling it up carefully. And look, as I promised, an incredible design is left. Penny pigs! I know, chickens are too awesome too. I don't know, does anybody out there have a chicken coop? I would love to get a chicken coop, I think. I know, I love the whole farm idea. I know, we have this great farmhouse kitchen transfer too. That would be super fun. Oh, what do you think? Was this cute or what? I don't know that I want to add anything else to this. It almost seems just perfect the way it is. I did have a welcome that I grabbed that I was thinking maybe I could overlay, but I kind of just love it just the way it is. What do you think? Does it need more, or should we just let it stand on its own? Every time I pull up a design, it just amazes me about how much beauty you can make with a simple chalk paste and transfer. I actually hope you loved this project. That was all there was to it. We transformed this beautiful tray in just like 2 minutes. Most of it was, you know, me chatting away with all of you. So I hope that you enjoyed the project. I will put a finished picture up when it dries on my ottoman, and you'll have to let me know if you love it. If you're interested in finding this, oops, let me come back here. Oh, hello, sorry, I left. I'm here. Okay, here we go. If you are interested in grabbing this transfer or need some advice about the chalk stories and how you can put things together, let me know. You can message me, or you can go right to my website, chalkcouture.com/Timmy, and place an order for this sheep or any of the other awesome farmhouse decor. If you have any suggestions or thoughts about home decor, you want to be part of my Style Innovators group, be sure to let me know. Just type in group in the comments and I will be happy to get an invite out to you. I'd love to have you, and I'd love to have you just be part of my growing community of people who love to create beautiful spaces and beautiful lives. So it's a great day for all of us, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.